The fountain of youth has captivated the minds of cultures all across the globe. This is, of course, one of many ancient Aboriginal sciences that has been misinterpreted by many, especially the European invaders, whom traveled the world in search of a proposed fountain which provided the elixir of eternal life, believed to grant immortality. Truth be told, the invaders are still searching. The concept of the fountain of youth can be found in our ancient Moorish tradition. Water in the Moorish language is called al-ma'ah, or simply ma'ah, while along with meaning literal water, it also refers to natural law. Natural laws which Aboriginal people use to govern our earth. The waters that house this immortality in Aboriginal mythological science are the primordial waters, or the renowned waters from which all life came. In modern science, these primordial waters are referred to as, of course, dark matter, or the black hole of our cosmos. Creation's gift to the Aboriginal people, along with the laws that we use to govern ourselves, is our fountain. Having a thorough understanding of the fountain of youth from its initial indigenous perspective, we come to the realization that this fountain is, by nature, not available to non-indigenous people. Through simple observation, it doesn't take much to notice that natural laws under the guidance of Eurasians have been brutally broken. From the misuse of natural resources, ethnic cleansing and transhumanism, the killing of indigenous wildlife, the promotion of modern slave religion or superstition, promotion of sexual perversion, race mixing agenda, and a culture ruled simply by tricks and lies. What is key is that Eurasian culture signals the lowest manifestation of the Aboriginal paradigm, a concept that we call the grafted recessive devil. When ancient Aboriginal people neglected natural law, thus creating cycles, this lowered the frequency of civilization. According to Islamic or Moorish metaphysics, the jinn are in fact allergic to al-ma'ah, the waters, which is why the ritual practice of wudu was performed by indigenous Muslims. The jinn, as we properly know, are beings created from fire, which is a symbolism for the transgressions of ancient Aboriginals that caused earth cataclysms. In this history, the jinn, or Eurasian invaders, are those who are psycho-spiritually allergic to natural law. Indigenous Muslims preserve the knowledge of their higher genetic frequencies, personified as Al-Qidr in their text, an immortal Aboriginal being who teaches the wisdom of the Creator. Qidr is derived from the ancient Asiatic term Akdar, a reference to the immortal one's skin color, which is in fact jet black, while exhibiting an olive green hue. This is the color of the Aboriginal people in their most natural and healthiest physical state. In folklore, Al-Qidr is literally known as the Green Man. According to our ancestors, Al-Qidr's home is a watery paradise located in the far north, a correlation that connects to the Asiatic royal lineages of ancient Tamaray, or Egypt, where the so-called pharaohs were stated to have originated from the north wind. These mythological histories details the origins of our species as a whole during pre-cataclysmic Earth. Our planet at this time displayed a much stronger magnetic field, and in the Aboriginal American traditions of the Hopi tribe, This pre-cataclysmic world we originated from was called Tuwanasavi. Eurasian philosophers such as Blavatsky presented this information under the mythos of Hyperborea, a so-called Greek word that translates as the north wind, literally. In ancient Tamaray, the natural laws again were primarily only practiced by the Asiatic black lineages. Keep in mind that not every melanin-dominant ruling class in the Nile Valley came from the same lineage, nor did they all descend from the same cultural expressions, which is something that should be understood in studying the dynamics and the history of indigenous people. A common custom within Aboriginal law science is mating ritual, a practice that is designed to attempt to transition indigenous genetics back to its original natural form, such as in the physical features of Al-Khidr. Akhenaten of the Amarna dynasty, for example, helped revive those very ancient sciences of ritualized mating, as well as solar veneration. Note the distinctive elongated skulls of that particular time frame of ancient Tamaray. Also a noticeable feature of the even more ancient Shi or Olmec. This distinguished skull, or negroid skull shape, known as the crest, was originally a natural feature among primal Aboriginal people, later becoming a tribal practice among indigenous people across the globe to alter the head shape at birth, possibly to mimic the phenotype of their early ancestors. In further understanding this fountain of youth and how it relates to natural law, and how natural law relates to genetics or the bioessence of indigenous people, which accounts for our immortality, the ancient Asiatic people laid the foundation of what we today refer to as molecular biology into their mythological sciences and symbolism. The symbol of the Ankh. This symbol can be seen in the protein binding in so-called human DNA. Phenomenon of this nature is today referred to as biomimicry, which also granted indigenous people with genetic memory, or as our Muslim ancestors referred to as the Lauh Mahfuz. Now, in reviewing the cataclysm history, again we highlight that some of our ancient relatives lost these youthful or immortal genetics during those cataclysmic events, thus giving rise to magnetic anomalies known as hominids and apes. These entities among the primal Dravidians were called Kapi. They were also known under the same name to the ancient Tamarans or Egyptians. Within certain Asiatic languages, the letters K and H are interchangeable. Again, these primates that were manifested after the collapse of Earth magnetic fields were known as Kapi or Hapi, among many other names in global Aboriginal cultures. In closing, our people must reform the natural laws and ways of life of our prehistoric ancestors, as our Moorish forebearers did when much of this information was becoming lost. Remember, although our planet and universe are shifting, that shift won't become successful until we, as the overseers of our planet, break the cycles of bondage that has replaced our crystal clear natural law water with the contaminated water that has disrupted our unity.